Another beautiful Minnesota morning. Got about 3/4 of an inch of rain last night. Lawn is looking very good. It's been cooler, staying out of the 90s. Prior to the rain yesterday, you can see my broadcast spreader. I put down my Labor Day application of Milorganite. But about twice a week I walk the lawn and do a little weed killing. So that's what we're gonna do today. So here's my little mixing station. I have a 1.5 gallon weed killer pump sprayer. I have a 1 gallon weed and grass killer pump sprayer. I've got 3 other pump sprayers. This one's on a little cart. After I do a large area, I can just wheel it around the yard. I have a similar sized green one there that I fill up with some liquid fertilizer for spot spraying some of the areas that are browning out. And then I have a backup 2 gallon sprayer. I find that these larger ones are very difficult and tiring to carry around the yard. So I'm pretty much happy with the 1.5 gallon size here, which is mostly what I use on a couple times a week when I walk the lawn for doing weed killing. So here are the chemicals I've been using. Start off with this Bear lawn weed crabgrass killer. And if we look at the ingredients, you can see it's got about 5% of the 2,4-D, which is a broadleaf weed killer. It's got Quinclorac 1.6%, which is meant for the crabgrass, and it has Dicamba at about 0.5%. Now the 2,4-D works on dandelions and plantains, but doesn't work on chickweed or clover. The Dicamba does work on chickweed, and as we said, crabgrass is killed by the Quinclorac. Now, one thing about this chemical, they want you to put 3.2 ounces per gallon. So this container is 40 ounces. So that gives you about maybe 8 or 9 applications in 1 gallon sprayer. So when I ran out of that, I went looking for something that had a little bit more coverage. So I went with this Spectracide weed stopper lawns. It has the same chemicals, but one more. It's got 2,4-D. It's got a little bit higher percent too. It's got this MCPP P at 1.8. Now the MCPP P takes care of chickweed, clover, and it also takes care of creeping Charlie, which is ground ivy. And I have quite a bit of that in my neighbor's yard. Is like 80% of this creeping Charlie, and it just keeps creeping into my yard because it mainly makes its way by tubers underground. Then it has the Dicamba, which is mainly for chickweed. Now the one big advantage of this Spectracide weed stop is it only takes 1 ounce per gallon. It's a 32 ounce container. So I get about 32 applications instead of the 12 or 13. Now this doesn't take care of any kind of crabgrass, so I do have a little bit of crabgrass here and there on the edges of the dryaway. So I bought this Quinclorac 75, and you just have to mix in 1 tablespoon per gallon into the mix, and I just use one of these little tablespoon measuring devices. I mix, this is a dry mix, so I mix that separately in a little container. Get that nice and dissolved, and I mix it in then with the sprayer. So I'll fill the sprayer up, maybe 2/3 with water. I'll add in the correct amount of the weed stop. I'll add in the 1 tablespoon mixed with some water of the Quinclorac, and then to get it to stick to the leaves, just a couple drops of liquid dish soap would act as what they call a surfactant, which all plants have a little bit of a waxy surface which repels water, and so if we want to get the chemical down onto the leaves to stick, using a little bit of dish detergent will break down that chemical problem on the leaves and let the chemical get right down to the surface of the leaf. So with that, let's take a little tour of the lawn, let's find some weeds and give it a spray. I'll usually just do a back and forth pattern, and if I find a weed with my mix, I will just give it a quick squirt. Here's the first weed here, a little bit of crabgrass. I think this is chickweed. A little bit more crabgrass. Here's some that was sprayed the other day. You can see it's dying. A little bit of clover. Here's some crabgrass that I must have sprayed the other day, and look at that. All browned out. It's great. So I'm going down the back of the yard here. You can see my next door neighbor. Yeah, it's all ground ivy, creeping Charlie, complete infestation. So I'll find some coming through. And I'll show. I can go out in the middle of the yard here, and we'll find some more. Every day it seems like there's another few that pop up. I've done a pretty good job of keeping up with it. Here's one I think I sprayed the other day. Here's one I think I sprayed. You can tell it's just not gone yet, so you gotta give it another application. So here's a new plantain weed, kind of broad leaf like this. sometimes they're hard to kill. Some people just say you should just take them out rather than try to spray them with 2,4-D. I just keep after them and they disappear. Anyway, that's the idea. A couple times a week just to keep ahead of it so they don't take over. Have a good day.